Washington Wizards. At forward, Chris Middleton. At guard, Bilal. And forward, 6'8", number 10, Zachary. At 6'10", number 17, Onyeka Okongwu. At guard, 6'7", number 5, Daniel.
It's a beautiful. Now Washington starting 5. They've got Chris Middleton. C.J. McCollum is out there with Bilal Coulibaly. Then it's Keyshawn George, and it's Sarr in at center. And for Atlanta, Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. Daniels and Risache out on the perimeter. And it's Young in at the point guard position. And Tim, on paper, this is a bit of a lopsided matchup, but nothing is a given. In this league.
Yeah, B.A., that's for sure. The margin for error very slim in this league, and really all we're talking about on a given night is a different guy heating up to make this game much more competitive.
Now here's Middleton. Here's Coulibaly, knocked away, stolen by Daniels, and a fast break now for Atlanta. Pass to Young from deep. That shot, no good.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And it's Coulibaly missing. Outside Risache. Now here's Young. Left side Johnson. Got a hand on it.
And as Sarr gets older, he'll learn how to use his length even more.
Champagny, he's checked in for Washington. Middleton against Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. And no good. Good D by Sarr.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim.
Ready to cash in. I like when McCollum looks to mix it up like this.
All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
So Trae Young's contract was coming to an end, and the Hawks and Young wanted to continue their partnership, and keeping him in Atlanta as part of this young, growing core was very important, and Trae Young has shown his level of commitment and being able to adapt in his new surroundings. So Trae Young and Atlanta will continue on.
Still going. Okay, thanks for the report, Shams.
Yeah, that's butter. I mean, Middleton with one of the smoothest jump shots in the league.
Young against McCollum. Young, the pass to Johnson. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. And in the first year of a 5-year, $150 million extension, Jalen Johnson, a key player for his team moving forward, Legs.
And he's coming off that shoulder surgery, an injury which ended his season prematurely, and he's a lefty, so hopefully that won't be an issue going forward.
Let's not forget he's Milwaukee tough, too. And Johnson drops them both. And, Tim, you played your longest stretch with this Washington franchise. How hungry are these fans for sustained success?
Yeah, there's been some lean years, and unfortunately only one banner. Going back to 1978, They are committed to a rebuild in hopes of better times ahead.
Now an update on Bilal Coulibaly from Allie LaForce. What'd you find out, Allie?
Thanks, guys. I got some news from the Wizards' head athletic trainer. After taking a look at it, it seems just to be a sore wrist. The team believes that he could play on it, and if they decide to be cautious, it would only require a short window for recovery. Sounds like relatively good news, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks for the intel.
Well, it's a tough part of the game for sure. You see these athletes out here with the strength and speed that they play with. Injuries are unavoidable.
Showing off the touch with the exquisite finger roll.
Pass to Rizachet. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Young way outside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Young. Atlanta making some changes. Newell comes in for Rizachet. And it's Alexander Walker in for Daniels. Now here's McCollum. And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Alexander Walker, the pass to Johnson. Here's Newell. Pass to Young, to the inside. Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
For Washington, they've gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. Here's Champagny, covered by Alexander Walker with the drive. And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up, an opportunity at a three-point play. Washington shooting their first free throw of the game.
Champagny. One shot.
And the Wizards last season with the worst record in the Eastern Conference. Grant second in losses only to Utah.
Yeah, B.A., the course is clear. Development and youth. The losses can be tough to stomach, but they do have some intriguing up-and-coming players.
It doesn't go for him. And George with some nice D. McCollum with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. Johnson against McCollum. The rebound by Atlanta. Left side Young. Back to Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. To the middle. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Team second.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Atlanta shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And both free throws good for Okongwu. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Sarr with it. Still no points. And he gets the bucket.
Great touch from the mid-range by Sarr. He knows he's got to keep drilling it from this area.
Young against McCollum. Here's the lob. Okongwu, no good.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
There is no doubt about it. They'd love to have that one back.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. It's Washington leading by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, let's quickly break down the game and what we've seen so far from the Wizards, guys.
Well, you have to credit their effort on the defensive end. It set the tone for this contest.
They've been active, they've been disruptive, but now the question is, can they maintain this level of intensity?
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting in the second. We've got Sarr, George out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Champagnie at the 2-guard. George finds Sarr. Good D by Okongwu.
Perfect timing to rise up and challenge the shot inside.
The Hawks trailing. Johnson passes to Young. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Inside. Here's Sarr. That one a little long.
Great contest down low. Allowing no easy hoops is a winning approach.
And you can argue Onyeka Okongwu is a little undersized at the center position. But it's hard to overlook his impact, Tim.
Well, that's because he contributes in so many areas. Blocks, steals, rebounds. He can make plays, you name it. And he keeps adding to his game year after year.
Here's George. The Hawks getting their last shot to go. 5 to shoot. And he's going for the oop here. Out of bounds. Out of bounds. Atlanta will have it.
Well, that is just real miscommunication there, sending it out of bounds.
Dyson Daniels, he's checked in for the Hawks. And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. Out to the wing. Here's Okongwu. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young. Young's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, defensively, if you come off someone, Young will find it.
It's McCollum with a drive. And they pick up 2.
Showing off the dribble moves. Able to create for himself. I love it.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks a lot, BN. The Hawks are trying to involve everyone to take some of the load off Trae Young. Coach Quinn Snyder said, we've been intentional about that. Trae can't do this by himself, and he knows that. Frankly, no player can. Figuring out the ways he can be efficient has been the idea, and he's been making those plays. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, thanks for the report, Allie. And Atlanta with possession here. Following the score by Washington. Daniels. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Quickly becoming one of the most feared defenders in the game, Tim. Dyson Daniels.
Well, the numbers speak for themselves, Brian. Daniels is always engaged. Every second he's on the court, and he's right there lurking for a deflection or a steal. Well, they had a chance to take the lead, but at least he tied it up.
Here's George. Tries to keep it alive. Good D by Daniels. The Hawks have gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Pass to Young. And here's Okongwu. Ricochet with the ball. Middleton covering. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Nice pass by Ricochet. You can already see he has a high basketball IQ.
Here's George. Ricochet covering. George in the post. And the shot goes down.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
Pass to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Oh, my. That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Ricochet. He can't get that one to fall. And George with some nice D. Middleton from the outside. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. Middleton's got 7.
Now, if you're the defense, you can't allow Middleton to heat up out there. I mean, he can be so efficient from long range.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, he took that up with great confidence. Tremendous finish.
Gay's checked in for the Hawks. Pass to Gay. 44 seconds left in the second period. Young on the run. Here's Daniels. No good with the triple. Washington leading by 4. Here's Champagnie. And Okongwu with the block. They recover it. Okongwu against Sarr. The three ball. Doesn't go for him. Johnson against George. And he lobs it up to the rim. Okongwu, no good. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here.
Coach Quinn Snyder with us now, and Coach, a bit of a look.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K. A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding a 3-point lead. And so far, and it's just about time now.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. It's been quite a game for Onyeka Okongwu.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
And that will be the biggest adjustment. They have to force the ball out of his hands, but that's a difficult challenge.
Ricochet at the 3, Johnson at the 4. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. And it's Okongwu in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Hawks 5. Yep, that one goes. George has got 6. There are some big-time players in this league. But who do you think the most clutch players have been over the past decade, Lex?
When you look at these resumes, I think you go with the big 3. LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. But, of course, Giannis dropping 50 in a finals performance wasn't bad either.
And I'll throw in the Joker in there as well.
Love it.
They get it back. Champagny. Tries again. Here's Sarr. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
And the long arms of Sarr on full display. You got to keep this kid off the offensive glass.
Got a piece of it. Here's Champagny, covered by Daniels. Champagny, that's good.
You know, you just love to start the second half this way. What a play call.
Well, it's nice to get a layup that can get your offense flowing.
Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
That's the right pass to make. Beautiful job.
Tim, you look at his career rate of assists per game. Trae Young, one of the most prolific passers ever to lace him up.
Yeah, B.A., despite the fact that he's known for shot making, it's his vision that sets him apart, and it's the reason you want the ball in his hands.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Sarr pulls it in. Sarr's got 7 rebounds in the game. To the paint. Out to McCollum. Beyond the arc. Hits the three-pointer. And now it's an 11-point Wizard lead.
That's a knockdown outside shooter. McCollum knows he has the green light to fire away from downtown anytime.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Count that bucket. McCollum's got 12 points in the game.
Oh, what a tricky shot. CJ, he's showing off now.
The drive by Daniels. Oh, they get a hand on it.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Champagny, covered by Johnson. Champagny, the pass to McCollum. Pass to Champagny. That's good, and it's McCollum with the assist.
The assist goes to
Champagny's got 4 points this quarter.
And defenses can forget how good of a passer McCollum is.
Ricochet with the ball. Sarr on him. The three ball is good from Young.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. All right, Grant, when we talk about the range Trae Young possesses, just how dangerous can this guy be?
Well, when he's on, he's a nightmare matchup for defenses. Once he crosses half court, he's a threat to score, which in turn really helps open up the floor for everyone else on his team.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Newell, he's checked in for Okongwu. Gay comes in for Johnson. Kennard, he's checked in for Risache. And it's Alexander Walker in for Daniels. McCollum against Young. Kicks it out to Kennard. Here's Newell. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup. Newell's got his first points of the game.
That's tough to take as a defender. You've got position, and you still get beat.
Here's McCollum. Tipped. Here's Alexander Walker. It's deflected. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Now here's Sarr, covered by Alexander Walker. And finished off by Sarr.
Sarr using all of his length and athleticism to tell this league that he has arrived.
Young against McCollum. Now Young. Up and over McCollum. Off target with the shot. And so it's Washington now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. We hear teams talk about wanting to get the ball inside, but this is how you do it. We'll be right back with you shortly. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm Assist of the Game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first three quarters. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. They've got Keyshawn George. Chris Middleton is out there with Alexander Sarr. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Champagnie at the 2 spot.
And using that 6'7" frame to get in there and do work, Middleton will take on anybody.
Hawks trail by 14. Outside Young. On the take. There's the block. Down low. Here's McCollum. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. McCollum's got 9 points now in the second half. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Washington?
Yeah, they've done a great job of challenging every shot they can. The totals in the block column are a result of that aggression.
And you can see by the steal totals, they have put a lot of pressure on the opponent's ball handlers. And as a result, their defense has been so active.
McCollum on the wing, guarded by Young. Offensive board. Here's Sarr. And he can't get that one.
Hard to convert against that kind of defensive pressure.
To the wing on the left. Here's Gay. And he goes in for the dunk.
There you go. He's a monster at the rim.
So athletic. Obviously, he plays on the attack. From deep, Sarr. And that's up and in. 5 for 12 in this game.
Yeah, still a developing part of Sarr's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Young looking around to the inside. Ball stolen. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
Outside Johnson. Here's Alexander Walker. That one goes in.
And the shot selection has been great, but the volume isn't where it needs to be.
Pass to Champagnie. McCollum on the wing. Shoots over Young. That one falls. 8 of 10 and scoring with confidence.
Yeah, McCollum excels at everything on the court. And, man, he is putting on a show.
Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Washington. And here's Sarr. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Atlanta ball.
Risache, he's checked in for Atlanta. Daniels comes in for Alexander Walker. 1:56 left in the fourth. To to the middle. Here's Gay, and down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
And he lobs it up top. McCollum, the pass to George. And obviously, we know so many kids dream of being a professional athlete. But when did that become a real goal of yours, Legs?
Well, B.A., honestly, about the age of 8, I thought I was headed for the major leagues. That all changed with a 7-inch growth spurt in one school year. Decided to try basketball for the first time, and man, am I glad I did.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Wizards.
Their shot blocking was a huge advantage in this game.
Yeah, I love the excellent defense in the paint. It led to a lot of key stops.
And propelling them to a solid win. It was a night of big plays for Alex Sarr.
He was really an intimidator out there. His shot blocking was incredible.
The free throw drops for Sarr. Well, Tim, despite their youth, the Hawks have been able to remain pretty competitive.
Well, when you look at this lineup, you see a lot of length and versatility, and that's where this league is headed. So they are creating a roster for positionless basketball.
Newell, he's checked in for Atlanta. Kennard comes in for Daniels. Pass to Gay. And he makes it. There's 47 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Middleton outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Champagny, defended by Kennard. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Sarr. And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one. And the Wizards lead by 19. Here's Krejci. Pass to Kennard. Pulls up. Sarr pulls it in. So we see the Wizards taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shock and surprise. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For reporter out.
Greg, no secret that these teams don't like each other. Could things get a little chippy tonight?
It would not surprise me at all, Kevin. These teams, not only fierce rivals, but there's a little bit of animosity for one another. Throw in the fact that both these teams play in the same conference. Yeah, I'd say the spirits might be high tonight.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. We've got Bilal Coulibaly. George is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Alexander Sarr. And it's McCollum in at the 1. Here's Coulibaly. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
On the wing, Daniels. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And how about the find by Trey? Making sure he keeps his teammates involved.
McCollum outside. Going inside. And McCollum with the slam.
making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Johnson can't get it to go.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, the Wizards stacking talented young players and draft assets. Not only that, they'll have a ton of cap space next season, which they will likely not use to sign a star free agent, but rather to absorb contracts in exchange for, you guessed it, more draft picks. This front office is continuing to think long-term, guys.
Priorities straight. All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Now here's Johnson. Over George. Atlanta again missing.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
And the basket by McCollum.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
Here's Rizachet, defended by George. His three-pointers off the mark. And so McCollum will bring it up for Washington. Pass to Middleton. Lets it go with the three. Here's Sarr. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
That's just too much Alex Sarr there. At about 7 feet, he is a lot to handle.
Newell, he's checked in for the Hawks. Alexander Walker comes in for Dyson Daniels. And the free throw, no good. And the big fella Alex Sarr showing promise. Craig especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, great mobility for a 7-footer. That's invaluable for a big man in today's game. And has the makings of a modern offensive game as well.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Okongwu is now starting, Tim, and coming off the bench his first handful of seasons. I think got him ready for this role he's in right now.
He has been a good defender from day one, but his offensive game now starting to show some growth. He's stretching his shooting range, and he is showing you some growth as a playmaker as well.
And Okongwu slams it in.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
Yeah, he gives up a few inches to most of his matchups, but his ability to rise above always gives him a chance.
McCollum against Young. In the corner, it's Koulibaly. Over Johnson. Koulibaly, no good. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Rizachet. It's all knotted up.
And this kid, Rizachet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
McCollum outside. Outside, George. And he's good on the three ball.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Johnson. And Okongwu slams it in.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Koulibaly with it, defended by Alexander Walker. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Johnson against Sarr. 20 feet out. That one a little long.
Well, and he's a very good mid-range shooter, but the defense was all over him there, making that a very difficult shot.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Washington out in front, up 1. We'll get things started. And it's It's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Yeah, when you get a second chance opportunity here or there, it starts to add up.
They've got Okongwu. Young is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Johnson, and Gay is in at the power forward position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hawks. In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Over to the left wing. McCollum against Young. Bucket is good.
Oh, crafty move there by Young, finessing his way around the contact.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter.
Substitution on the court.
The Hawks trailing. Outside Daniels. Back to Young. Atlanta calls timeout. Hey, Tim, what are some of the keys to sticking around for role players fighting to remain at the NBA level?
Well, if you are a role player in this league, you need to understand you need to work at everything, but be exceptional at something. And I think that's the key. Growing up, all of these guys were stars. Now you've got to fit in and understand on a given night what your role is.
And your sensational aspect was your three-point shooting.
You've got to do it better than anybody else, Kevin. It's got to be at an elite level because there are guys out there waiting to take your job.
And you were elite. Outside, George. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Daniels passes to Johnson. Over Middleton. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Okongwu's now got 6.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Middleton can't get it to go.
And that's a blown opportunity in close. He'd sure like to have that one back.
Johnson, good. Johnson's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hawks.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And Tim, breaking down Jalen Johnson's game, what jumps out to you?
Well, Kevin, I think it's his versatility. He can really do everything out there. And when you combine it with his size and athleticism, he's got star written all over him.
Young from outside. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Nice and composed on that 3 there. Trey giving his fundamentals all of his attention.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. Trae Young is learning to become more of a threat when he's off the ball. He said at every level there's a different type of game. Now, knowing the NBA game, I'm more patient, understanding how the game is, how to control it from the beginning to the end, and how you need to win. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. The offensive rebound. Launches a 3. It's deflected. That's out of bounds. It was last touched by Coulibaly. Hawks making a switch here. Krejci's checked in. From deep, Johnson. Rebound, Washington.
And at this point, the defense is daring him to shoot.
Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Jalen Johnson.
And we all know about Middleton's shooting